Hi friends, today we are going to learn the how to handle the REST API in the front end. Handle the API in front end side. In bracket integrate backend API to end API to front end. Here we are going to use the React.js, Node.js and Express.js. Taking these points. In the React.js, I'm going to use the Vite application, like Vite library. This is the library used to create the UI user interface. This using this command, I'm going to initiate the user interface for the creating the React application, front-end application. In the backend side, I'm going to use the Express. Express is the fast and unopinionated minimalistic web framework for the Node.js. It is the Node.js framework. Express. This like this. See, I'm going to install the Express for the Node.js. First of all, I'm going to create the backend. Later, I'm going to create the front-end application. For that, I'm initiating the Visual Studio Code. I'm creating the Visual Studio Code. I'm taking the new window. Here, I'm opening the new folder, web application. Here I'm create a handle REST API. Handle this REST API. I'm select this folder. In this, I'm going to create the two folders called backend. One is a backend, another one is a front end. Front end. In the backend, I'm going to initiate the package.json file. I'm going to open the terminal here. Go to the backend folder here npm init. If you try to use this command, it will ask some random questions like package name. I'm leaving with package name as a backend only. Version is 1.1 default version. This is the a backend application. Entry point is index.js. Test command. I'm uh, I'm leaving this one and I'm leaving this one. This one also git repository also I'm leaving here empty and keywords node comma plus author is you can give license is MIT or leave empty. Yes, yes. This package.json file is initiated like a create generated. We see this one. Come to the down. See this package.json file is initiated, generated, not initiated. Okay. First one is you have to see this express. For the installing the express, you can go into use this command npm install express hyphen hyphen save. Come to the VS Code. See this. You're into the this backend folder. See package.json also in the same folder. Then only you can go into install npm install or cls npm install express hyphen hyphen save. If you try to execute this command, it will install that folder and for this library or framework, this express framework. If you see this package.json file here, there is a one dependency called express. Express dependency is created. Express dependency is generated, and into and this two one folder and one package hyphen log.json also will be generated. This package log.json file contains the peer dependencies. Peer dependencies means like express contains the some other dependencies also. To make it run the express, this express have some other dependencies also. The dependencies contains here. Which dependencies required for the express? That dependencies contains here. If you see this express here, somewhere that express here. See here express. Express contains here come to the last here. After the integrity here dependencies, it requires some other dependencies like acceptance, array flatten, and body parser, content dispositions, content type, cookie. Like this, it requires some dependencies. Those dependencies also require some other dependencies like see cookie is request cookie not request some. If you see this body parser, Mm, to the above. If you see the body parser requires body parser. This is requires some other dependencies like bytes, content type, debug, deep, deep, destroy, HTTP errors, icon wheel light, unfinished US like this. It requires these all dependencies are stored there. The libraries are stored that here. That code and that package.json file also is stored here only. If you see this body hyphen parser, if you see it contains that this dependencies it contains inside this. If you see the package definition again it contains that bytes content type debug like this it contains. If you remove this node underscore modules also we can remove. If you delete this one it will delete. If you want to generate that we can generate that folder also again cls npm install. You can install this. It will generate the node underscore modules easily. How? But for generating that node underscore modules require the dependency. This package.json file it contains these dependencies. If it contains these dependencies, it will generate that node underscore modules. Simply come to the here. We are going to write the take the one file called index.js. Index.js. I'm going to change here. Here, come to the scripts. I'm going to write one script called start script for running our application. Node index.json. In this, I'm going to write the express library. Import the express library. Express const express is equals to require the express. After this, const app is equals to express app. After this port number, port is equals to process dot env dot port, or I'm giving the one default port 6772. After this, I'm going to try to call the listen function here port comma one function called. This function is this function is called when the server is running. If you see this server is running on port 6772. If you try to create one API app dot get, I'm making it as a get request. Here API slash profile. In this profile, in this profile I'm calling this request comma response. Here I'm going to write the data const data is equals to or const profile is equals to not make it as a I will make it as a I will copy that data from the okay if you see if you go to the Google and collect the data from the my api.github.com github.com/techcheckry. I'm collect this data from the my data from the GitHub AWS. If you see this, copy this one. Come to the backend, paste here. See, this data is pasted. If you try to, it will run, set timeout. After 2 seconds, I'm going to produce the data. Response dot send of response dot send profile. Response dot send profile. If you try to see this in the front end application, before seeing this, I'm going to run the application npm run start. If you try to execute, this will make it run the application. Server is running on the port 662 6772. Come to the this and http localhost column 6772 APA slash profile. See, I'm getting the data from the my local server. See, my photo also there. If you try to integrate this API to the front end, I'm going to the front end folder to create new terminal here. Make it as a backend. Let's change the rename backend and change the color also. Color green. Okay, this is rename front end. Okay, change the color also. Not icon. Change the color magenta. Okay, come to the front end folder here npm create read at the rate latest. Here after this take it one thing called dot here. If you make it dot, it will the the application like Git application going to install the in the same directory only that front end directory only. If you not make it dot, it will ask you to ask you to write the folder name or like app name like application name. I'm making it is only the same folder. I want to download that entire bit into the same folder. That's why I'm making it as a dot. Like dot means current folder. It takes as a current folder as a front end. If you're asking again, you see this. Okay. Select the React. Select the JavaScript. Okay. It will download that. After downloading, it is asking to run the some few commands npm install. First, going to install this. If you install this, it will generate the node underscore modules file, modules folder. Okay. It is completed. Here npm run dev for running the application. See, application is running. Come to the new tab. Here localhost port number is 5173. See, application is running. Some dummy data like some default data is coming showing count. To go to the src, close this one. To go to the front end and go to the src folder, here app.js. App.js, delete this one and delete this one. Here and write the h1 as handle REST API in handle REST API in front-end application. Front-end. If you go to the this, see, handle REST API in front-end app. Okay. Why this is coming in the center? Due to this some CSS is there. We remove this. Go to the app.css. Removing this. Let me cut. You see this. Okay. In this also, get removing. Okay. After this, I'm going to write here body margin 0, padding 0, 0 pixel and 0 pixel. See, and a box, border box. Not for it is not for everything. See, it is here. I'm come to the H1. I'm take the margin top equals to, okay, if you see this test center, test align center. See this, make this as change color magenta, color is changed. I'm going to display the data. If you want to see the profile information, profile info here, or you can take this profile info here, H2. I'm changing this one as the margin left side 50 pixel and 50 pixel. Margin top 20 pixel. Still 200. Color equal to this one. Overall, I'm going to take the code. Okay. Profile info. Make it as a test transform uppercase. Okay. See profile info. Uppercase. I'm going to handle the REST API here. Okay. Remove this one. This one and For handling the REST APIs, I'm going to create one profile. I'm going to create one use state called profile set profile equal to use state of some empty object. After this, I'm use the use effect for calling the side effects like REST APIs. Here I'm leaving it no dependencies, zero dependencies. Here first I'm get the get profile info. I will write here one function call. After this const get profile info and make it as a asynchronous. After this I'm going to asynchronous. Okay, this is the arrow function. Okay, right like this. Okay, let sorry const response equal to await of response is equals to await of fetch you can write as try catch const response is equals to await of response is equals to await of fetch of http slash localhost slash 6772 slash API slash profile. I'm going to call this function, call this URL. After this, this will give the some readable stream. If you want to see this data response, make it as a console dot log response. Here I'm going to console dot error of console dot log of error. Why it is not giving data? Okay, you will see the data why it is not giving. If you want try to shade, see the uncatched reference use effect is not defined. First of all, we are going to make it import. See, we got the data. See response type course localhost redirector false. See, but we are not getting the data. If you try to, it is getting the in the form of if you see the body readable stream. See, we are getting that some response, but it is the response in the form of readable stream. If you see, if you make it as a if you try to like drop down if you click if you try to drop down this it will have the readable stream and some readable stream. You can make it see this has the some prototypes like get read that log false again. If you try to make it as a like that, if you want to see the data again, you are going to use the response.json response.json function. You make it as a JSON. You want to convert this into JSON. See this response.json also again promise only. To handle the promise again we are going to use the data equal to await. We are going to use the await. If you see this data console log of data, see after 3 seconds it is waiting 3 seconds. See login id or node underscore id avatar URL. Like this we are getting the data. We don't want to console this. We are going to set this data into the profile. Set profile is equals to data. We want to see this data. I'm going to use here JSX. Um, profile dot login. See, I'm got the data, but the div I'm going to take. In the div I'm going to take in the CSS, I'm going to take the margin top. I'm going to take the 20 pixel margin left. I'm going to take the 250 pixel. Color is light light salmon. Just to transform capitalize. Profile div profile hyphen data. Okay, if you see this dot profile hyphen data. See, we got this data. And make it less than 250, 280. Name is equals to texture. Next, I'm going to give the data to. Next, I'm going to take the subscriber URL. If you want to display the avatar, can I display? See, image, display profile dot avatar underscore URL. See this data I'm getting. If you make it as a round, means width is 400 pixel, height is 400 pixel. Can take this as a 200, 200, and radius, border radius 50 percentage. See, like this we are going to use the data. If you see this float left, if you see this right, I'm going to display this. See this margin right also. Like this we are going to display. See, like this we are going to display the data, and we are going to fetch the data from the backend side, and we are going to uh, handle the data. We are going to handle this data uh, like using the async and await. After handling this, I'm going to making this as a set profile, and I'm collecting this data into the profile. After this, I'm in this profile data. I'm making here into the injecting the data into the my front end side, like here profile dot login and profile dot avatar. It is the image. It is the data. See, like this, we are going to inject the data into the handle the data page into the front end side. If you like my content, please like and subscribe my channel and support support my channel.